right, looks like we're live. Looks like we're live. All right. Had to do the old mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless, one of the man, Lincoln Clay, and we are back for another live stream of LeMans Ultimate. Still chasing silver. Did a race offline last night, and it was a terrible race. I got hit with a drive-through penalty. I ultimately ended up finishing that race 16th. So I got all negative marks and I lost like 5.4%. And it's going to take at least 2 races to make that up. But because these races run every 90 minutes, I'm not going to do what I did yesterday and do a race and then make you guys sit through another 45 minutes or whatever the case may be before the next race comes up. So after this race, I'm either going to do one of two things. I will either shut the stream down or I will find another race that I will probably jump in the next upcoming race, regardless of whether it's same class or multi-class. We'll have to see what it is. So hope everybody's having a good Saturday. The weekend is getting started with the NFL playoffs. This is wild card weekend. Going to be some good games this weekend, and then the NFL is spreading this out, so there's going to be games today, tomorrow, and a Monday night game. So that's a first. But hey, the NFL has always been an organization trying to find new and creative ways to increase revenue and viewership. So I mean, that'll be good to have a game on Monday night. I definitely like that. So, all right, let me bring up the chat here. So before we get into a race, we've got about 10 minutes. A couple of things I want to talk about. Most importantly is the title of this stream, and that is, will the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans return in 2025? The last virtual 24 hours of Le Mans did not go well. That one was done on R Factor 2. There was network issues and stuff like that that was causing people to crash. I think the entire game might have crashed. I can't really remember, but I know Max Verstappen was not happy with it. He called it a clown show and vowed never to play that game again. So I would imagine that motorsports games will not do the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans again until they know for certain that that there won't be any network issues. That being said, to get back to answering the question of whether or not the 24 hours of Le Mans will return, I think it all depends on when we get the next update and how that turns out. I say that because, for one thing, when we get our next update, DLC wise, we will get the rest of the GT3 cars, and along with that, I think we should be getting driver swaps, along with a few other things relative to special events, Le Mans series, what have you. And I would like to think that if it happens by next month, I think the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans would move forward. But if we don't get that update until, say, March or April, because they did say early 2025, I'm taking that as that we should get the update by March at the absolute latest. But if it goes beyond that, then I don't think the 24 hours of Le Mans will happen, because I'd imagine something of this magnitude is going to take some preparation. And depending on how well it's organized, it could be the biggest sim racing event of the year. So I'm definitely hoping that they nail it. A few years ago, when COVID had everybody on lockdown and they did the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans, Martin Haven, who is the voice of the real 24 Hours of Le Mans, commentated that race, and I would love for them to do something like that when the 24 Hours of Le Mans returns in the virtual form. So I would love if they could get him to do that again. That would be absolutely, awesome. So that's the bottom line. That's the gist of it. If I'd like to think that we'll get that update next month. AC Evo launches in early access Thursday or Friday, January 16th, whatever day that falls on. And I'm being honest, I didn't want to put that stuff in titles because I didn't want to sound negative, but being honest, I don't know if I'm going to be playing that game that much, because I think this game is going to be a simcade. I think this game is going to be Gran Turismo 2.0. I mean, that's what the original Assetto Corsa was meant to be. It was meant to be a Gran Turismo on PC, so PC players would have that type of game. So, I mean, they seem to be putting a lot of focus on showing people production cars, and I want race cars. Excuse me. I know we're going to get race cars, but they seem to be putting a lot of focus on the production cars. So, I'm feeling like, why they're telling us that it's going to have simulation type physics and talking about the tire models, this, this. But what they showing us seems like it's going to be something that's going to be aimed at the casuals. And so I don't know. Because when it comes to sim racing, production cars are just not my thing. Anyway, I stayed on that subject way too long. But I don't know. I kind of feel like with Le Mans Ultimate, AC Evo is coming out next Thursday or Friday. I think it's going to take a week or two for that to die down, because it is early access, so they're only giving us a fraction of, I think, what the game is going to be. So I think once that cools off, then I think we can get ready for the 2024 Part 4 DLC. And then however that plays out, we've got 4 minutes before the next race. However that plays out, then I would like to think we can start getting ready for the virtual 24 Hours of Le Mans. So I'm really looking forward to that race, whether I participate in it or whether or a spectator. But either way, I'm hoping it happens this year. So the bottom line, I threw you guys a lot of fluff, but the bottom line, if we get Part 4 of the DLC pack next month, then the optimistic side of me believes that, yes, that the 24 Hours of Le Mans would move forward and make its return in 2025. So, all right, this race here, this daily race, I have registered for this daily race, and oh man, I think I'm going to end up having to put my headset on. There we go. Wow, 219 people. When I first registered for this race about a half an hour ago, I think there was like 15 people, but I knew that was going to change because I know people come flooding in at the last second. So we've still got 3 minutes to go before this race starts, and it is the weekend. So truth be told, I wouldn't be surprised if when this race actually starts, there's 300 people registered for the race. Now, something that actually surprised me is that I am, despite my rank of being 512 right here, I'm not as slow that I thought I was. I'm not as slow as I thought I was. I've been beating myself up for the inconsistent finishes of the races that I've been doing. But when I look at the lap times, you know, the actual lap times in the race, I haven't been that bad. I've been about a second off of the fastest lap. And I haven't really, the big problem is I haven't been able to stay consistent with the qualifying. But when you look at this, the fastest lap this week on the leaderboard is a 138.6. And my fastest lap is a 140.6, 2 seconds off the fastest lap. So, again, you know, I have been beating myself up, you know, but when you look at that, I'm not as slow as I originally thought I was. And this particular track, I believe that my overall fastest lap in the GT3s is a 140.4. But you know, this 140.6 is for this week. This is not lifetime or all-time best. But Eric McGrady, I told you that you weren't that bad. Hey, thanks, Eric. Yeah, but when you come into a session and you qualify 17th, it is a little bit discouraging. But when I looked at the overall picture, no, I'm not as slow as I thought I was. So, let's get ready. The other thing that's a testament that I'm not as slow as I thought I was is this week I've been placed in the races that I've been placed in. I've either been placed in the top split or the second split. But I think with so we're sitting on 219 registered users. I think that I'm going to end up in split 2 or split 3. So the event is about to start. Let's see where I get placed at. What split? So I have found that I can consistently hit the low 141s, but I need to consistently hit the mid to low 140s. Okay, just like I figured, split 3 of 14. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 13 cars registered. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 11. 11 out of 15 cars are BMWs. That's insane.
To go, 2 minutes.
Look at all those BMWs. Holy shit. 16 cars. So a better way of putting it is 1, 2, 3, 4.
The track temp's increasing. It's
5.
now
1,
34
2,
Celsius.
3, 4, 5. 17 cars, and only 5 of them are not BMWs. GT3 fixed race, meaning that all these cars are supposed to be equal. So I think the differences in the car, in all these cars, is in the handling. And
exit looks clear.
and from
Got cold brakes all round.
after testing all these cars, all 4 cars, I see why people are choosing the BMW. To me, it seems to be the best handling car, you know, meaning it takes corners the best while still remaining stable.
Yellow flag.
Gaming Legends
Yellow flag.
said, Deutschland race.
That's the end of the session. The yellow.
Dutchland race? Okay, but how's it going, Gaming Legends? Good to see you. Let's go.
Track's clear. Push, push, push. Okay, Clay. We've got 6 minutes to get the job done. The brakes are cold. We need to get some heat into them.
Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. I wanted to talk to you guys about what my plans were for 2025 in terms of streaming. Nothing's going to change on this channel here.
Gaming Legends said, all good keeping warm in the British freeze.
I hear you there. But I'd imagine the cold here in Michigan is probably comparable to the cold in, is comparable to the British cold. I think in the wintertime, here in the eastern part of the United States, I think that I think maybe Minnesota, Wisconsin, and at times New York
All right, Clay. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
are the only states that probably have worse winters than Michigan.
Eric McCready said, here, we are on fire, literally.
Oh, I assume you referred to the LA wildfires?
That's a new fastest lap for Faber, 1:14.68.
Lap 1:41.50.
Brake temperatures are fine.
Eric McCraven said, yes.
Oh man.
Your left front's hot. Okay, Clyde, you've got half your fuel left. You're a tenth off the pace in sector 2. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
Gaming Legends said, had to buy a battery charger, car computer playing
Fastest
up
lap
in the
for
cold.
lapping 1:14.40.
Ooh.
If you can be out of fuel, excellent lap. Acknowledged. Pit stop requested. B6. In this lap. In this lap. New fastest lap from Jan. 1:14.00. Grid crew is ready. B7. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace. That's the end of the session. B7.
I'm not gonna have enough fuel to do another lap. So, I'm 1 second off of the fastest lap. You know, with a few things go my way, I think that gives me a fair chance. So here, hard had to buy a battery charger, car computer playing up in the that stupid heart is in the way, so I can't see the complete comment. So there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars turning in laps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could easily get knocked out of the top half. But if that 9th place holds, then I will get positive rank for finishing in the top half. Again, there's 19 cars. So that means that I would have to finish 9th or better in order to finish in the top half of the qualifying and get positive results from that. But let me see here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's still 3 more cars out. Sarah Bovey, there's a woman in here? Uh-oh. All right, that's it. I qualified 9th. So I did qualify in the top half of the results, and I will get positive rank for that. And I forgot to dial back the bias. If I would have dialed the bias back, I might have actually been able to gain a couple of more tenths.
Formation lab has started.
Gaming Legends said, "Stay with it. Good luck."
Thank you so much. I'm going to need it. The 7th place car is not here.
Green flag, green flag.
Car left, clear left. Left side, clear left. Clear left. Incident in sector 1, sector on your right. Right
What
side's
an
clear.
idiot!
Clear left. Forget about that. It'll probably just polish out.
That guy right there in the red McLaren.
Car on clear right. Right side's clear. Clear right.
Lap 156.03.
Clear left. Looks like Strauss has been hit. Green flag in sector 1.
There he goes. He got what he deserved.
Clay. The next car is moving.
Come on, dude, move.
You've got a little bit of bodywork damage there. The leader is just on 139.82.
That little bit of body damage is probably going to be enough for that BMW to make a move on me. I can see he's closing in on me.
13. Clear right. Oh, Mother Clay. Come on, don't let him get away. Car in front of us is looks. Yellow flag, sector 2. Car clear right.
I don't want any parts of these cars knocking each other around.
15 minutes left.
That time was a 1:43.92.
Oof. Come on, dude. He was going to try it.
Lap 1:42.38.
These cars aren't taking each other out like I had hoped.
Clear left. Okay, climb to reel in, V13, in, the gap's now 0.30. Remaining 10 minutes. We're halfway through. Yellow flag. Sector 3 is green. It looks like Beard has gone off.
That time was a 1:40.85.
Left, clear left. Nicely done.
KR1EG Tech Silver. Zip.
Okay, Clay.
Subs left.
Car is moving.
How's it going?
Flagging sector 2. Yellow flag sector 3. Green flag in sector 3.
Lap
Looking
1:43.11.
alright here. Keep your concentration nice and smooth. V12.
KR1EG Tech Silver. Zip.
You've used half your fuel.
Was finishing some GTE car achievements earlier.
Oh, cool.
Nothing online today for me.
I see.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right. Hope you're doing all right as well.
KR1EG Kexilber said, all good here.
Good to hear.
Weekend ending now, so sad to go back to work tomorrow.
Ah.
Haha.
Oh, you got work on a Sunday? Ooh.
Sector 1 is yellow. 5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left. Come on, Clyde, good stuff, keep it coming. The guy ahead is EVO.
KR1EG Kexilber said, the Dubai 24 hours was semi-decent too. It's still on, but there was a code 60 a while back.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. These guys are fighting with each other. I might get a chance to slip in.
9141.90.
Push now, the guy behind is catching.
KR1EG
Yellow flag in
Kexilber
Sector 2.
said, go go go.
Sector 2 is clear. We think that Jim has crashed.
Move.
Yellow flag. Green flag in Sector 3.
Idiot tried to dive underneath me. It took me out.
Alright, the next car is Strauss.
And it's too late.
E14.
Yep, I'll be reporting that guy.
KR1EG Kexilber said, all EFF mad. KR1EG Kexilber said, report a JAJAJAJA.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Sector 3 is yellow.
Cisco said, that looks so good.
Thank you.
I still haven't tried it yet, man. Gesturing okay, medium skin tone.
Green flag Sector 3. Right. Clear right. to go.
1.93.
Right side, clear right. Right side's clear.
KR1EG Silver said, Ben, in high school, I did a night race earlier and it was awesome.
Oh, cool.
Runs smoothly.
Right in front is side seat.
Yeah, that Bovie's dirty. Look at what he just did.
Okay, pit stop requested.
Yeah, he was dirty. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at the replay so I can report this guy. Sarah Bovie. Well, assuming you are a miss, you will be reported, Miss Bovie. So let's go back and catch the replay. Let's see.
KR1EG Silver said, wait, isn't that a real racer name from Iron Dames? KR1EG Silver said, possible bot.
Hey, the Iron Dames, they have taken some criticism for their extra aggressive driving this past year, and they've caused a few accidents. I know one race, I can't remember which track it was at. It might have been Algrave. I can't remember which track it was, but whoever was driving, she was super aggressive and tried to thread her way in between two cars. And she clipped one of them and sent it off the track, and it hit the wall. And I mean, literally destroyed that car. And the criticism that they faced after that, people were calling for them to be banned. So expected you to qualify 60. Oh boy. So I'm gonna assume that Sarah is a she, and she was dirty. That is a first that I've ever run into a if assuming that's a her, that is a first that I have run into a dirty female sim racer. All right, let's go back and look at the replay. Cause you saw towards the finish of that race, she was pushing another car towards the wall. And then as they were crossing the finish line, she cut right in front of them and sent them into the wall. and cause like a 2-car pileup.
Cars Uncovered said, morning.
Good morning. So I'm just having a look here.
Ben Cisco said, yeah, she's a dirty 8, plus, hashtag face with tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing loudly crying face.
Yeah, that would, that would be a first for me in dealing with a female dirty driver. There she is right there. Let's keep an eye on this young lady. So that RE right there in 8th place. This guy was dirty. He clipped me too. I mean, but he ended up getting what he deserved.
Said, if it's the real driver.
I don't care if it's the real driver or not. That person was dirty. Yeah, this guy right here, he was aggressive and borderline dirty. But I mean, he ended up getting what he deserved. He went off track. Yeah, he ended up getting what he deserved. I mean, look how super aggressive he is.
KR1EG Keck Silver said, where's Dirty Bubba?
So I'm catching up to here we are, Miss Bovey. So I'm behind her. This is me right here, and I'm behind her. So with me, I never attempted to overtake her. I just wanted to stay close enough to her to try to spook her. Oh, touched her right there. Oh, that might be retaliation for me touching her. Oh, so she might have taken me out as retaliation. Let's go inside. So I gotta look at the clock, because when you report somebody, you gotta timestamp it. Now that's one thing I absolutely love about the report system.
KR1EG Keck Silver said, was it a pit maneuver at the end of the race?
Yeah. It was, I feel it was a pit maneuver race. Now I gotta go inside the cockpit to see if it was done on purpose or not. Because yesterday I reported somebody who took me out, and I thought they did it on purpose, but when I went inside the cockpit of their car, they got on the throttle early and lost it, and it just sent them right into me.
Said, she likes to bang by the looks of its smiling face with sunglasses.
Maybe. Whoa, 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 whoa. So I want to see if somebody lost it in front of her or not. Or did she touch him? Oh, they lost it in front of her. Ooh, and then she got plowed into. And I think this is me behind her. Oh, it was.
KR1EG Silver said, yeah, I reported someone who totally didn't use the brake pedal until like after the 50M board, locked up and went sideways through turn 1 into 3 cars. Was LeMans Ultimate Car Bowling.
Yeah, so something like that, it may not have been deliberate. I mean, my initial reaction is to get mad, but after I reported someone that I think shouldn't have been reported, I'm trying to go through due process. So at the moment, I have not seen anything dirty out of her. She's been involved in a few scuffs, but I haven't seen anything yet. So far in this race, she hasn't shown any tendencies to be a dirty driver. Whereas the guy that I showed you earlier in the McLaren, I thought that guy was over-aggressive. So I think this is me behind her at the moment. Okay, so there we are. That's me in front of her. All right, we'll let it play out from here since that's me in front of her.
KR1EG Silver said, it's probably someone trolling, pretending to be her. People used to do that with Michael Schumacher name in F1 games years ago.
No kidding. And I'm sure there's a few people doing it with Verstappen's name too. I'm not going to report her. It wasn't dirty. That was my mistake. I went wide.
KR1EG Silver said, dude was in a vegetative coma since 2013. No way it was real skimmy.
Wow. No, I'm not going to report her. That wasn't dirty. She saw it opening and she tried to take it. And that you could actually make a case that I jumped in front of her and got and clipped myself. That's unfortunate, but I hate to say it. It's probably more my fault than it is hers. Because from her standpoint, right here, I'm trying to, right there, I tried to make a move on this BMW and it didn't stick. And I actually slowed down, trying to avoid hitting him. And she thought she could go underneath me, and right there, I cut in front of her. That's on me.
KR1EG Silver said, that's honesty on your part, man.
I'm always... Yeah, right there. That's on me. I cut in front of her. That, on my part, that was not me trying to cut her off because I didn't know she was there. What it was is me trying to get back on the race line after going wide. So let's go outside. She's actually been getting knocked around this whole race because like 5 cars hit her, including the first time that I hit her. So right there, I'm wide. I'm off the race line right there, and I tried to get back on the race line.
Said, yeah, those slow corners are hard when you change lines after going wide.
Yeah, and then
this happens.
And then you have the race transfer the weight transfer. Here, let me back up a little bit more. Now this idiot right there, that was so stupid of this guy right here in the blue BMW to try to dive underneath there like that. Now here comes where I get tapped. So that chicane right there, if you're not careful, the weight transfer will kill you. You go around that corner and then you suddenly have to swing left. If you're completely on the throttle, you're going to lose it, especially if you got cold tires. So as you can see, I went wide trying to avoid Basso. And then you can see right there. You can see by the angle of my car right there. I was wide, but I'm still on the race line. I think, let's see here. I'm gonna chalk it.
KR1EG Silver said, was it this bad in GTE class without ABS? ACC dive bombers changed sims after all, maybe.
The GTE class, the cars don't have ABS. So if you dive bomb, you pay for it because you'll lock up the tires and you'll get a flat spot. I do think, as much as I love LeMans Ultimate, I will be honest and think that I think they changed the physics a little bit in order to attract the ACC drivers over here, because there is I think there's a lot of ACC drivers over here, and they have brought their dive bombing shit with them. And the way the change they made to the braking physics is, especially with GT3s, the cars do have ABS. If you slam on the brakes, the car will start to shake. You will hear the car rattle. But as long as you're doing it on a straight line, it's not really a big deal. But if you slam on the brakes going around the corner, all that shaking and rattling will cause the car to spin out. So going around, you know, so you can't slam on the brakes and try to trail brake it around the corner. The way the physics are in this game now, the way I see it, if you're going to slam on the brakes, you have to do it on a straight line. You have to slam on the brakes, and then when you get to the corner, you have to let up off. You have to get up off the brakes, and you almost have to let the car, especially in these tight corners, you have to let the car coast around the corner. So this situation right here, looking back at it, I don't think I'm off the race line. So now I'm leaning my way back towards saying that
KR1EG Kexilver said, last week at Sebring a Corvette pit maneuver at a BMW M4.
So
he was much faster, but careless.
So let me back
up
up
ahead of him into the last corner, slowed on the inside to defend.
And I guess when it comes down to it, I knew she was behind me, but I didn't know she was that close to me. And I didn't know that she was going to try to dive underneath me, because when you look at it from this angle right here, I'm still on the racing line. And she's trying to make a move on the inside, which one of two things is going to happen. With me staying on the racing line, either she's going to hit me or she's got to get on the grass to avoid contact. That being said, I'm kind of shifting this back to her. I think that was an ill-advised move on her part. So, okay, you see that... Oh, shit. Now, right here, I'm a little bit wide. Hold on. Okay, right there, I'm back on the racing line. Right there. Okay, I'm wide, I'm wide, I'm wide. And then right here, I'm setting myself up to get back on the racing line right there. The rumble strips right here.
KR1EG Kexilver said, last laps, I always go inside and make them work harder on outside or exit. It's safer in my opinion.
Yeah. And see, the thing about it is I was desperate to finish in the top 10, in the top half. And so all that being said, this corner right here is a super tricky corner. If you get on the throttle before you get to the top of the hill right here, you're going to lose it. I don't know. Now, when you look at it, I think she was too far inside, and she was trying to get back on the race line herself. Okay, I tried to make a move, so I'm inside. I'm scared of hitting this guy right there, so I went right there. So I went wide. She's inside. So I'm just going to chalk this up as a racing incident from her.
KR1EG Kexilver said, yeah, it's like that left-hander Bahrain or Coda.
Yep. So looking at it from her standpoint, let me go back. Now I'm going to go back inside her cockpit. I tried to go inside, and then right here I tried to avoid contact with him right there, so I went wide. So I guess when you see it from inside her cockpit, even though she was...
KR1EG Kexilver said, I question whether she would have made it that tight on the inside.
She wouldn't have.
Usually you go wide if you are where she was when you made contact.
she was inside the racing line. In my case, I was outside of the racing line. So at that point right there, she probably thought she could make a move. And just as she was making her move, I got back on the racing line. So I'm starting to see it as a terrible situation happened at the worst time. Okay, so here we go again. So I'm inside her cockpit. Right there, she didn't make any move right there. And she got hit. And then you see me right here trying to make a move on this guy on the inside. But I had to bail out of it because his car twitched and I tried to avoid hitting him right there. You see me go wide. And so you can see that my car's off the racing line right here. You see the darkened path right there? That's the racing line. I'm off the racing line. So maybe she was thinking that I was going to go off the track. And she thought she was going to get a freebie. Or she thought she could get underneath me clean. But I was able to correct it and get back on the racing line. Right here. So at this point, she's slightly inside the racing line, and I'm still off the racing line. And she's to the inside of the racing line. I'm to the outside of it. And at that point right there, I got back on the racing line. Now, this is where VR gives you an advantage, because me sitting inside her car right here, I can look right there, right at her, look at my car, and see that I got back on the racing line. So at that point, I make the decision. Do I think I can get underneath him, or do I let him go? I think with them racing flat screen, they probably don't see that, because when you race flat screen, you only see what's dead in front of you. You don't see what's on the side of you. You know, assuming you're using the cockpit cam or the hood, you only see what's in front of you. And that's kind of an unwritten rule with sim racing, that you don't use the chase cam as an angle. So I'm assuming she's not using the chase cam, but if she was using the chase cam right there, by now she can see that I got back on the race line. But if she's using the cockpit cam right here,
KR1EG Silver said, "It's on the overtaking car to make a pass safely. You weren't out of track limits, and that is a wide apex corner." HamVR said, "Under F1 rules, the attacking driver must have a significant portion of their car alongside the defending car before the corner's apex."
That's still such a great area, Ham, because I'm going to back it up. And I'm going to keep her cockpit view. So from her cockpit view, at some point, I went wide. So that's probably when she thought
MBR said, "Generally, this is interpreted as at least the front wheel of the attacking car being level with the defending car's rear wheels or side pod. This isn't F1 though, LOL."
But if you were to apply those types of rules, by the time I got back on the racing line, the front end of her car was next to mine. So, if that would have been me and she would have went wide like that, I'm thinking to myself, this might be an opportunity here, but it's happening at a corner where a lot of cars wipe out, so I'm still being careful. Not to mention, this car right here clipped her, knocked her off the track. I mean, well, not knocked her off the track, but he made a super stupid move. Let me go back to the chase cam and back up a little bit and see where this idiot made a move on her and clipped her. Wait a minute, was he flashing her? Let me look at his lights, because I think he might have been trying to flash her to get out of the way.
MBR said, "In the replay it looks like your bumpers hit, rather the wheels."
So look right there with that. So you see what that idiot did to her. He cut across the chicane. Like, so let's go back to him. To me, he cut across the chicane, so even if he would have made that stick, he would have been ordered to give the position back. At some point, all 4 of his wheels was off the track. Now, coming back to her. You see me right there. And I went wide trying to avoid the contact. So right there, she probably thought she had a chance. So let me go back inside her cockpit again. Let's back this up again. So she's gonna get clipped by this BMW behind her, because that was an absolutely stupid move. He dove in, and right here I tried to make a move on that car, but he held his line. So right there until he got wiggly. And then right there, that move he made me go wide. So
KR1EG Kexielberg said, she came behind a pack that was slow in the chicane. He took his normal braking marker and cut because she was extra slow and there was a car where he normally turned in.
Mm-hmm. But the guy that clipped her, even if he would have been able to overtake her, at that point right there, the way the
Gaming
penalties...
Legends said, she kissed you, without permission, a solid smiling face with sunglasses.
So, the car that clipped her cut across the chicane. Now, LeMans Ultimate, as well as Automobilist 2, have really good penalty systems. So, if he would have been able to overtake her and make it stick, the game would have ordered him to give the position back. And they probably would have given him like maybe 15 seconds to give the position back. But yeah, it's like as much as I wanted to get mad, at some point she saw me go wide and she probably thought she had a chance to get underneath me. And by the time I got back on the racing line, she was kind of already next to me, but she was inside the racing line. Yeah.
KR1EG Kexielberg said, flipping car couldn't overtake from inside on tightening corner. Works if the corner opens.
What's that? It says clipping a car couldn't overtake from inside. Works if the corner opens. The other thing that I'm finding out about these GT3 cars on LeMans Ultimate, slipstreaming on this game isn't very good. I mean, like, the slipstreaming on, like, ACC, even arcade-ass GT7, the slipstreaming is good enough that on this particular track, you could wait until you get on the straight to make a move on someone. But with this game here, with the slipstreaming not being very good, at least in this GT3 class, you are forced to take some chances. And that is leading to people breaking late die bombing, and is leading to people to try to...
KR1EG Kexielberg said, agree. Slipstreaming is weak. Cars with better exit tend to pull away.
Right. So that's what I was about to say. There's two ways to overtake someone. That is, you either get on the brakes late and basically die bomb under them, you know, and try to force your way underneath people. Or you get a good exit out of the apex and try to set yourself up to overtake them on the straights. Because you're not going to overtake them just by pure slipstreaming. So... and then looking at her replay... I hit her earlier in the race. It was an accident because I was closing in on her. She was kind of slow going through that corner. And then I think like 4 other cars hit her. So from my standpoint, who knows? Maybe she had her mind made up. I'm sick of this shit. I'm about to start getting more aggressive.
KR1EG Kexilber said, "That's the sour thing about these sims though. You have to find the meta."
Yeah, everybody's using the BMW, and I don't know. This particular race right here, if I would have been fast enough to keep up with the pack, I mean, all the cars...
KR1EG Kexilber said, "If people race cleanly, you can park it at the apex and still pull away if they caught up to you and cannot draft."
Mm-hmm. But, if I'm being honest, the way the ABS and the physics works on this game, it kind of forces you to take chances. Because I'm being honest, lately, like the past couple of weeks, I realized that I got to start being more aggressive. And honestly, I have found myself dive bombing a couple of times. I have found myself trying to force my way underneath inside a couple of times. And I guess this time I was on the wrong end of it. You know, like one time I seen Jardier take somebody out. I was watching one of his streams on ACC, and he took somebody out, and he was like, you know, I didn't mean to take him out, but hey, he was like, you know, in this game you got to take chances if you want to win. And I was thinking to myself, I don't like that mentality, because that means you're willing to take somebody out if that's what you got to do. And then especially with a game like ACC.
KR1EG Kexilber said, "In GT3S, yes, LMP2 feels weird going to it after these."
I'm not even going to bother with LMP2 cars. I see so many people spin out with those cars, especially when the tires are cold. And I got a super bad habit of smashing my foot to the floor when I think that I'm right on top of the apex and I'm trying to set myself up for a good exit. I have a really bad habit of smashing the throttle to the floor, and I know that's what's causing a lot of spin outs with these LMP2 cars. So no, I'm staying away from those cars. I would rather drive a hypercar than a P2 car. But yeah, this game, it forces you, the GT3s force you to take chances. So, get this one more time.
KR1EG Kexilber said, "Yeah, Algarve with LMP2 on those hills. It was like someone threw oil. But challenging, laughing face."
Right here, I'm trying to get back on the racing line, and he forced me to go wide. At this point, she probably thought she had him. She probably thought she could go underneath me, and I got back on the racing line right in front of her. So, but when you go to the outside, it's easy to point the finger at her because you're looking at the chase cam, and you got every reason to think that she should have seen it. But so when you see it from here, the initial thought is she should have been able to see that I got back on the racing line. But assuming she was in the cockpit cam, no. I gotta be fair about it. I've always been that way. I can't report her. I don't think that was deliberate on her part. Like I said, I think it was just a terrible incident that happened at the worst time. She thought she could make a move on the inside, and because of me going wide, she
KR1EG Kexilber said, "Especially last corner, you have to go outside to cut apex and get good drive on straight. Remember, no slipstreaming." MBR said, "She may have been racing single screen in 2D and just misjudged the corner."
Yep.
It
But
looks like she was trying to escape the aggressive car behind her also.
I think that's a good point right there, him. And then, you know, and like you said, I was saying that earlier, I have the advantage of VR, so I could look at somebody and see that, you know, I can look at somebody and see what the situation is. Right here is where I was about to go wide because I tried to get back on the racing line, but this car here, Basso, made a sudden move and spooked me and made me go wide. Right there. So you can see that I'm off of the racing line right there. So at that point, she probably thought she was going to be able to get underneath me. Right there, and there's a slight twitch where it does look like I'm about to go wide.
KR1EG Kexilbert said, Ham, is there a delay from when you chat to when it plays audio on stream? Sorry to cut off your dialogue link. Hard to time.
No problem, because for any comment that you type, from the moment that you type that comment to the moment that I see it, there's about a 10-second delay. And I think that's something that YouTube does on purpose to try to censor language and shit like that on the playback. I'm not sure. But
MVR said, yeah, about a 30 seconds delay. That's normal for YouTube.
Yeah, so like with Twitch, the delay is only like 2 seconds. So I'm going to show you that slight twitch where I went wide. She probably thought I was going to go off the track. Okay, so here we go again.
KR1EG Kexilbert
Right there, wide.
said, I gotcha.
And then right there.
Cheers, guys. KR1EG Kexilbert said, thought it was my internet in Middle East. Laughing face.
Nah, that's just the YouTube delay. So it was at this point right here that my car made a slight twitch, and she actually might have thought I was going to go off the track. Right here, going wide. And then there's a slight twitch right there where it looked like I was about to go out, where I went wide. And I think what I was doing was trying to set myself up for the top of this hill, because if you take this inside line right here, when you get to the top of this hill, you have to stay all the way off the throttle in order to stay inside. Taking this inside line right here, you get to the top of this hill and you get off that and you get on that throttle too soon, you're going to lose it. Or
MVR said, it's a latency setting in the streaming options. The higher resolution you stream, the higher the latency usually. 4K live streams can be even longer delay.
And I'm streaming this at 1080p 60 frames per second. So if you watch this stream on a 4K TV, it may not look that good, but if you're watching it through a 1080p display or watching it on your phone, it's actually going to look pretty good. So this is the inside line. So as you can see right here, she's on the inside of the racing line. I am back on the racing line. So, I mean, so from here, it's almost easy to say, oh, she should have seen that. She should have backed out of it. But from her cockpit, it's hard to say. She probably thought she had a chance to make a move. But being that she's on this inside line right here, I think as I'm trying to, and then this is where it happens right here, in my opinion. She was inside of the racing line and she was trying to get back on the racing line, in my opinion, to avoid going over this rumble strip in the grass. And at this point, I'm wide and I'm trying to get back on the racing line myself. So when you look at it from that way, it was almost like both of us tried to get back on the racing line at the same time. And this was the unfortunate result.
Silver said, This game has by far the best netcode of any racing game barring maybe Race Room. Miles better than AC, ACC, and especially AMS2, which has the worst with peer-to-peer hosting.
ACC, I haven't really experienced that much network issue.
Said. Can you view the outside front of car at that point?
The front? Yeah, I get you probably have to be more specific which angle you're looking for, him, because this game, it has a lot of angles. Oh, you said, can I view the outside of the car at that point? I thought.
Said. Yes, front looking backwards of her car. KR1EG Kexilber.
What
You can see front by using look back button.
Now,
map it to joystick down.
Now, what I could do to make it easier for you guys, I can go to my car and just simply turn around and look at her. So when we get to the point where the collision happened, I'll turn around and look at her car. So we're doing the chase cam on my car right now. Ooh. Oh, that's the guy that clipped her right there. He was desperate to get back on the track. Oh, he did flash her. I just seen that. He flashed her. So that dude was desperate to get his place back. That's why he made that ill-advised move right here coming up. He tried to dive underneath her. Okay. Yeah, that dude was on her ass and he was trying to get his spot back. Yep, I see it now. She was inside, and she actually tried to slow down to get back.
Said. Need to see what parts of the car collide. You can't see that inside your car.
So I'm on the outside. Let's...
HamVR. Said. Okay, that was a bumper hit. Gaming Legends. Said. Police car takeout.
Yeah, but I don't think it was on purpose. The initial reaction was... My initial reaction was she should have seen that was me.
MVR. Said. Yeah, T-Pak mono uver he.
T-Pak maneuver. So let me back up. And the car behind her actually flashed her. He lost it.
MVR. Said. By accident though.
So I'm going to stay on her. And then when she gets past that car that went off the track, he got behind her and flashed her. And I don't know why. But I get the impression he was desperate to get his spot back. And that's why he did the dumb shit that he did. and maybe, you know, maybe she was trying to defend her position. Maybe she was trying to do both. Maybe she was trying to defend her position from the car behind her, and then when she seen me go wide,
KR1EG Kexilber said, when the racing is clean, it's so good in this game though.
Oh, it is.
When it's bad, it's really bad, as another YouTuber said.
All things considered, though,
said, that sort of thing happens a lot though in these games, so no big deal.
Yeah, what can you do about it? This is, with me fighting to get back to silver, that was a blow, because I think I lost like 5.4%.
Said, I hate deliberate takeouts.
I hate it too, but when you look at it from the chase cam, it looks like she should have seen that I got back on the race line. But when you look at it from inside her car, she probably, when she seen me go wide for that split second, she probably thought she could make a move. So that BMW was like way up there. So when that BMW went off the track 1, 2, 3, 4, he lost about 4 places.
KR1EG Kexilber said,
now look at this.
I just made silver finally. Still have bronze 3 driver rating though.
He
I'm
flashed
slow
her.
depending on the split.
You can see the reflection on the trunk of her car. Hold on, let me. So right there, he's off the track. When he gets back on the track, you're gonna see him flash her. Yeah, right there, he flashed her. For what? I don't get what he's upset about. And then coming back to the incident with us, I'm beginning to wonder if this guy had a, you know what? I'm beginning to wonder if this guy had a, if he took that shit personally or not. So at this point, let me stand up and look at all the cars that's behind him.
Gaming Legends said, the pervert flashed her.
Oh, look at this!
KR1EG
This car's got no wing.
Said, was he the one she pit Manu Everett at the end?
Oh! Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, his car still has a wing.
KR1EG Kexilber said, so much entertainment from 2 laps here.
Right here, he lost it. Yeah, thanks. He lost it. And about 4 cars, including me, got past him. Right there, there's me. And then there's her. Yeah, and he flashed her. I don't know what he was upset about. Okay. So let's see this incident from his angle. When you look at it from his position, I think the young lady
MVR said, it's like Lincoln is doing a Sky Sports breakdown face with tears of joy. KR1EG Kexilber said, please check the pit Manu ever over the line, haha.
You know what? I think when he made that dive underneath it,
KR1EG Kexilber said, My wife's wondering why I'm cackling over here.
When you look at it from his angle, let's back up one. Okay. This is about where he lost the car. So again, I don't know why he flashed her. I don't know what he was upset about. She went off the track. He went off the track. She saw the opening. She was supposed to take it. So I don't know what he flashed her for. But when we get to that chicane, from inside his car, it doesn't look like he did it on purpose. Maybe she slowed down more than he thought she would. Or maybe he came in a little bit faster than he intended. So he loses it right here. And there she is right there. And then he flashed her. So I don't get why he did that. You know what? Hey.
Eric McCready.
Right here, he was already...
said, you would make a great accident attorney. Well done.
Thanks.
KR1EG Kecksilver said, he braked after the tire branding overhead.
Oh yeah, the Goodyear right here. And not only that, based on our positions right here, he was right behind her. And then he gets right here. He was already considering whether or not he could make a move underneath her or not. He was already thinking about it. Right here, he's behind her. And then right here. And then when he saw that the move wasn't there.
Said, at Eric McCready, where's there's blame, there's a claim.
So it looks to me like he saw it wasn't there. He got back on the racing line, and it looks to me like he was still carrying a lot of speed. So it looked to me like he tried to bail out. Right here. I think he was carrying too much speed, and I think he tried to bail out. And it just ended up taking him off the track and bumping into her.
KR1EG Kecksilver said, better call Saul.
So right there, he let her go. But he was still on her ass, though. Oh my God. This is probably the first time in my life that I got taken out and I could sit back and laugh at it. Because normally I would be on some road rage shit. I mean, I get mad and then a few minutes later I calm down and whatever, but oh my goodness.
Yasin said, that guy is using too much TRT.
Oh well. I took a hit too. So once again, the silver rank has eluded me. And then when you do the rank breakdown right here, I lost 4 positions. So that hurt. And then, oh, I only lost 2.3%. So this race, I was expected to qualify 6th. I qualified 9th. I mean, I gave it my best shot. I got to get better at qualifying. Qualified in the top half of the results. Now, the actual race itself, I think when it came down to it, a lot of cars were being aggressive, and I let them through because I was terrified they were going to take me out.
Said, platinum safety. Brother's been grinding.
No, like, safety rank is easy to get. All you got to do is keep it clean. I mean, look at this. I had 5 clean laps, quali, 9 clean laps in the race, and then right here, race contact with Rares NA, which like he got what he deserved. He ended up spinning out in that race, so he got his comeuppings. Race contact with another Dominic Strauss, and then Sarah Bovey. But yet I still got 4.2% on the safety rank. You get a lot more than that when you get all clean marks, when you get all positive marks. Safety rank is easy to build up in damn near any racing game because all you have to do is stay clean. You don't have to be the fastest, you just got to be the cleanest. Safety rank is easy to build up. The driver rank is not easy because that's based on your results.
KR1EG Keck Silver said, ×3 LUL.
Oh, you know what? They must be saying that I had contact with her 3 times because I did accidentally bump her earlier in the race and I nearly sent her off the track. Because I think it might have been like lap 4 or something. I was closing in on her and she was moving a lot slower than I thought, and I ended up tapping her and nearly sent her off the track. So it is 12:21. I've got to get ready to pick up my son. Let me see if he left me any kind of messages.
KR1EG Keck Silver said, the boys bullied her.
Yeah.
KR1EG Keck Silver said, the aero damage is the equivalent of a slipstream I found.
Of a slipstream you found? Yeah. I would agree with that. Let me check real quick, see if my son left me any kind of messages. Nope. So that means I'm gonna have to take off here shortly so I can go pick up my son. Yeah, that was quite the breakdown of that incident. I don't think I've ever gone that deep into a racing incident. But hey, you know, but I had to do my due diligence and make absolute certain that that was not deliberate before I go off and report her. So. I don't think it was deliberate. Looking at her, said, you know,
Blitzkrieg by German cars.
You know, looking at it from her view, she probably thought there was an opportunity to make a move, and not only that, I think she was trying to defend her position from the car behind her. So, and then when you think about how many times she got knocked around by other cars, you know, who knows what might have been going through her mind at the time. So yeah, I'm just gonna chalk it up. Just got a message from Andreas. Nice stream today. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So I'm just gonna chalk that up as a racing incident and just let it go. I am planning to go live again today. What I don't know is whether I'm going to do it on Twitch or not, because I don't want to oversaturate YouTube. So check the description. Link to my Twitch channel is in the description, so you can catch me over there. Same thing, you know, do the same thing over there. It's just, you know, I'm just trying to get back to streaming on Twitch a little bit. So please, you know, follow me on Twitch. Link again is in the description. And at this point, the way I'm feeling right now, if I stream again later on the day, which is a good possibility, it'll probably be on Twitch. So same conversation, same kind of content, you know. So catch me over there. With that, I'm gonna get ready to boogie on out of here. Breaking down that incident was probably more fun than the race itself. But I will catch you guys on the next stream. Thank you so much. And until the next one, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you soon.